Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Wrexham should have been walking away here with at least a point. I tell you what, this mirror image of the way we've lost games on the road per se, and the way we've been scored on for draws per se, it mirror images every match that we haven't won. There is a said pattern to this, what we're happening. On the day, Swansea City 2-1 over Wrexham, yeah? But there is a pattern in play here. I'm going to release that video here in 3 days. What Wrexham needs to do to make the playoffs. What needs to stop, what they need to drop, what they need to change, what they need to begin, where they need to look for things, where they need to go. There's going to be a lot of things in that video defining what this is all about. The look on Phil Parkinson's face, I will address that in that video. But into the post-game, I tell you, Vitor Matos, you have to hand it. Swansea had the possession all game long. You guys get in the chat. I'm going to go into the chat once I go through the stats and the game analysis. But Swansea and Vitor Matos, the coach, 3 wins, 3 losses on the season. This is now a win again after a loss. Can they go on a bit of a win streak? But it's a win they probably do deserve in many ways. They had the possession, they had the flow, they made the substitutions nice and early, they got the fresh legs into play. Fresh legs in the play does one thing for you, creates openings, makes things happen. Fresh legs help other players in other zones to release their stress levels. You help the guys under the gun by putting fresh legs in. Wrexham didn't put the fresh legs in quick enough in the second half, go from being in a commanding performance with a 1-0 win, which was a goal scored as an own goal by Burgess. It was absolutely amazing. Merry Christmas on that bugger. You'll never see a better own goal. And for the rest of the game, Swansea embarrassed Burgess and the crew, nearly got a goal back straight away off a corner and said, we're going to come for you. We're going to take the possession. We're not going to sit back and do nothing. We're going to try and get in this game. The quality wasn't the best for Swansea all throughout. And yes, it would be 2 massive mistakes. They get the goals. They get the victory. That again, I'm going to say Swansea deserved the win. We slept, walked to the loss in the second halves. And the substitutions came in too late and didn't make an impact. And we had no impact in the final third all game long. We did not threaten. And this has become a little bit of a toxic pattern with Phil's play. That's all I'm saying on that. The goals, the mistakes killed us dead. We could have defended all night long had we not made mistakes. But one thing for sure, as well as calling the Southampton loss we had that this was going to be, and it went all the way to the 2-1 loss. As well as that, I also said with the defending, it's going to be quality or mistakes that will kill us. It was 2 major mistakes. You saw the first one, unlucky. Bipotnik takes a shot and it goes in off Thomason's foot. Ayo's flat-footed, goes down right, can't get up, not a chance. Once the log is felled, bang, it's going down. He couldn't get back up and it trickles in the goal, 1-1. We needed to keep that 1-1 safe straight away. That was Phil's job to keep that 1-1. The second goal, I got to say, absolute catastrophe. Absolute catastrophe. Arthur coming in for the ball, coming in from the cross off the free kick. Doesn't get there. Why? Because he comes too late. He should have stayed on his line. He comes too late, doesn't get there, doesn't get a connection, can't punch it out, punches it sideways. Now he's got to scramble. The header comes back in on net. It's still okay. Off such a massive error, all he's got to do is capture the ball as it's landing in front of him. He fumbles that as well. And then it's a toe poker on the line for Swansea. Bang, 2-1, and you've thrown away 3 points that possibly we didn't even deserve. We are becoming predictable and we're coming soft in the last 20 minutes. And we've been scored on twice again. And this mirror images Watford last match that we were lucky to get a draw. And now reality has exposed us with the loss. Get ready for that video. I'm watching all the replays. Even some of the shots that Swansea had that were off target were not that far off target. You know, you've got to say it was not our best day. I'm going to go into the stats right now. Give you the stats right now. I'm coming into the chat straight away. On the day, though, got to say, though, Swansea 2, Wrexham 1, a game that's really got away from Swansea's start, but they came back late to take it away from Wrexham right at the end. I mean, it was away from Swansea with the bad goal from Burgess, the amazing own goal. We should have been looking for points here, and Swansea come back off mistakes. Stats, 9 shots, only 9 shots for Swansea, 3 on target, 57%, 8 fouls, 2 yellow cards, and 5 corners. Wrexham, only 3 shots in 90 minutes. Swansea had 9. So every 10 minutes, Swansea put one on the net. Every 30 minutes, we put one on the net. But only once in 90 minutes did Wrexham put one on target. And we did not score that goal. And that is a stat that is getting a little bit too repetitive. Possession was 43%. So for the road team, that's not so bad. 43% is not so bad. But work on the play in the final third and get it happening on net. We're becoming really weak up front. We're becoming very predictable. Fouls, 9. Yellow cards, 2. Offsides, 3. Corners, 7. On the stat side of things, it wasn't that bad. But I'm just saying, 3 shots in 90? That's got to be better. Only 1 on target? That has to be much better. The only consolation that we have is that we were in 15th on the start of the day. We're in 15th now. So that's lucky. Swansea on the start of the day were in 19th. Well, lucky times, good times, happy days for Swansea at Christmas time right now. They've gone up 2 points from 19 into 17th. Record is 22 games, 7 wins, 5 draws, 10 losses, 24 scored, 30 against for -6 on 26 points. 2 wins in the last 3. Wrexham in 15th, 22 games. 6 wins, 10 draws, 6 losses now. 27 scored, 27 against for 0 on the goal differential, 28. Looking at the matches coming through, the good news for Wrexham fans is this. Sitting in 15th on 28, looking straight on. There's only one club this weekend that can go above Wrexham in the league. That's West Brom sitting in 16th, which means the worst case scenario of this loss is this. We can only drop 1 place should West Brom win or draw. If they lose, we stay where we are. It'll be a good day out of a bad day. But I'll add one little thing. If we want to start moving up this table, you've got to put 2 wins back to back. You see, a win and a draw and a win and a loss, you're just going up like an elevator. You're going up, you're going down. You're going up, you're going down. You're going up, you're going down. If you put 2 wins together, you go up and you don't come down. And you gain about 5 or 6 places with the numbers being right for you. So we got to start putting wins back to back, not draws, especially not losses. I'll tell you, had we not have had Ollie Rathbone's game-saving goal last match, we'd have lost 3 games back to back. Think about that. Think about that. Going into the chat, the place I love to be. Grizzly says, this is going back to when the goal went in, and I tell you what, watch your highlight reels. It was horrible by Arthur, but Grizzly says, D. Scott, this smells like League Two. Doesn't it ever? Doesn't it ever? Doesn't it ever? There's a quality level that we haven't got to. Some people like to walk, and you can't walk. When one piece is not moving in the machine, everybody suffers. Today, we didn't have a performance. Steve says, we just are too passive. We are just too passive. Absolutely, absolutely. Grizzly says, Parky has to stop playing hard to beat. Very good point. I get the wings are out, but you have to be more aggressive. That was ugly. Yes, absolutely. And no creativity. Too late to bring Matty General on late in the game. Matty James. The General needs to be in the match half-time, in my opinion. Everything that Phil did in the second half, it seemed a little late. And it seemed a little bit like, why are you not pulling the trigger quicker on Ollie Rathbone, for an example, just for one? Welsh Steve, I am gutted. Absolutely, mate, absolutely. Welsh Steve says, WTF, I'm with the Free Pug Show. That was hard to watch. Yes. Yeah. If we get a phrase today that mirrors some of the season, and we're having a good season, and let's not forget where we come from. But if one phrase is there, that was hard to watch. I really believe that is the phrase of the day. That was hard to watch. It really was. Well, Steve, well, question mark. Absolutely, bruv. Absolutely, absolutely. I'll tell you this much. There are times where a bad situation throws a good situation. This is another bad situation, right? Southampton, game 1, mirrored this. I called this for the 2-1 loss early in this match. A bad situation brewing. Well, I've always believed out of a bad situation brewing, there's a silver lining coming. And there's a good day ahead. Sheffield United are in great form coming our way at the Keiras. Maybe there's a good day brewing because we need one hell of a massive reaction from recently what's been going on with this team. From a bad situation today, we lose 2-1. I'm looking for a bounce back. I'm looking for a massive reaction, and so are you. And like I say, this is getting a little bit too often with how our offense has been suppressed and how there's a lack of juice flowing all around the team to the great levels we've seen. Get ready for the video in 3 days. It's coming your way. What Wrexham need to do to get in the playoffs. It's coming your way. I'm telling you. I'm so up for this season. I'm so enjoying this season. But certain things need to happen. They really do. But I'm coming your way with what needs to happen for Wrexham to get in the playoffs. Just to say one thing, Steve says subs, way too late again. Parker is playing Kiefer to death. Yes, he is. Who isn't in great form? Correct. We need to bring in a bit of a proper pace up front in January, as at the moment, we can only play one way and at one tempo. Steve, you just put a brilliant promo in for that video coming your way. I answer all those questions, and I'm loving it. Off the back of this game, NADOLIG, LLAWEN, Merry Christmas, festive time for everybody. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Get in there. Have a wonderful time with family. Feliz Navidad. Joyeux Noël. Frohe Weihnachten. Whatever the name is of the game of Christmas, the next one coming to Wrexham is Sheffield United. And everything will be answered, Steve, and everybody else. Thank everybody for being there today. Love all of you. The post-game is going to get produced right now. Get ready for Sheffield United.